Welcome back to class. Welcome back to class once again. I'll be taking the concluding part of the motion under gravity. There are some questions we still need to attend to. All right, motion under gravity. As I've earlier said, motion under gravity. Maybe a falling body, whatever goes up is coming, and so such falling body is under the influence of gravitational force, gravity. For example, maybe the falling of leaves from a tree or the falling of mango fruit from a tree is as a result of invisible force of gravity. Visible force of gravity. Okay, I told you something like this. The acceleration here is against gravity, that's why it's minus g. And here is under the influence of gravity, and that's why it's plus g. Okay. I also give you this formula where I said Sn is u plus a into n minus 1 over 2. Let's see when to apply this. Mostly in the nth seconds during motions. Okay, let's see. 2017, JAMB 2017, question 40. It says a body moving with a velocity of 60 meters per second. A body moving with a velocity of 60 seconds. That means velocity is 60 meters per second. And accelerate uniformly at a rate of the acceleration is 2 meters per second. What is the distance traveled in the 6th seconds? So when you are looking for distance travel in nth seconds, you apply this Sn u plus a n minus 1 over 2. It's as simple as that. Distance in nth seconds, you apply this. So let's see what we have. Now, they say find the distance from 2017, question 14, said distance in the 6th seconds. So distance, you just write x's. So that means n is 6. Just like nth term of an AP and the rest. So when n is 6, you have what you have. You just have x subscript 6. The velocity given was 60. There are some other here, they may not use 60. The value might change to 120 or 80. It's still the same approach. So 60 plus the acceleration there is 2. So 2, the end term is 6 minus 1 over 2. So this, if they say in the 9th seconds, n will be 9. In the 12th seconds, n will be 12. 30th seconds, n will be 30. Same approach. So x6, 60 plus 2 bracket 6 minus 1 over 2. If I open the bracket, I can have 60 plus 2 times 6. I'll have 12. 12 minus 2 times 2, I'll have 2 over 2. So that means x6, subscript 6, 60 plus 12 minus 1. And that will give me 72 minus 1. 71 meters. So if you check the option, okay, the answer is C. Yes, the answer is C. So 72 1 meters. I've told you subsequently the values might change. They might change. There might be some variations. Sometimes the distance in the 6 seconds might be given. Maybe you ask to find acceleration. You just do your change of subject and formula. All right, so let's move ahead to other questions. Okay, another one from 2009, question 8. This one is 2017. Another one is 2009. And it goes this way. He said, a bullet fired. Okay, question, solution. 2009, question 8. He said, a bullet fired vertically upward. A bullet is fired vertically upward. Yes, as I've earlier explained before. You pay attention. Vertically upward. Vertically. So the bullet goes vertically upward. That implies that is against gravity. That should come to your mind first. Is against gravity. So let's bring out our parameters. A bullet is fired vertically upward from a gun 2 meters above the ground. That means H. H is 2 meters above the ground. And reaches the maximum height in 4 seconds. In 4 seconds. It reaches the maximum height in 4 seconds. That means T is 4 seconds. Now, they say calculate its initial velocity. Calculate the initial velocity. That means initial velocity is U, is unknown. So H is 2 meters. H is 2 meters and T is 4 seconds. And U is unknown. So what do we do? What do we do? Now H is 2 meters. T is 4 seconds. Initial velocity is unknown. Now, you try to check which of these equations will work. First, what do we even have? We have H, we have T, we have U. So definitely, if I draw this, or let me say, I have something like this. When the bullet gets to this maximum height, when it gets to this maximum height, the final velocity is 0. So here is A is minus G. Here is it's coming down. If the bullet is attain the maximum height and falls down, A becomes plus G. Plus G. Let me clean this. Okay. Now the initial velocity of a bullet can be calculated using the relationship V equals to U plus GT. U plus GT. Now, when the bullet is released from the rifle or from the gun, initially the bullet was initially at rest. Since the body was initially at rest, therefore, the velocity at which the bullet moves, that means U is 0. When U is 0, before you shoot, the bullet was initially at rest. That means the initial velocity is 0, which implies that V equals to GT. So V equals to G, gravity is 10, times T, 4 seconds times 4. So V is 40 meters per second. 40 meters per second. So they say calculate the initial velocity. So it moves at 40 meters per per seconds before attaining the height. So the option there is D, which is 40 meters per second. All right. See how easy it is? Okay. Now I said it takes 2000 and another solution. 2011 question 7. I say if it takes an object 3 seconds to fall freely to the ground. So let's say the object is initially here, something like this. Let's say the object is a stone, is initially here, before falling down to the ground, falling down. Now, before falling down, the initial velocity of this body will always be 0 before falling down. So if it takes an object 3 seconds to fall freely to the ground from a certain height, let's say here is h, certain height, what is the distance covered by the object? So that means, what is the distance covered by the object? If it takes an object 3 seconds to fall freely to the ground from a height, what is the distance covered by the object, given that G is 10 meters per second? So you think of which of the formula to go with. Okay, I have V, U plus GT. Again, I have V square, U square plus 2GH. I equally have S equals to UT plus 1 over 2 GT squared. What comes to your mind now is the ball is falling down. Since the ball is falling down, it's under the influence of gravity. The ball is falling down, it's under the influence of gravity. That's why I'm using positive, positive, positive. If the ball is against gravity, the sign would have been negative. So now the next thing is, what do you have, what you don't have, and what you are looking for? So let's check. We have time. Okay. This one, we have time, because it takes the object 3 seconds to forward. So we have time. They say, what is the distance covered by the object? So the only informations we don't have now is, we don't have initial velocity, we don't have final velocity. So these two is out of the equation. So what we are going to apply is this. Why are we applying this? We need a distance, a horizontal distance, which is the vertical distance. Then, before the object falls to the ground, the initial velocity, U, was 0. So definitely, so it means S equals to UT plus 1 over 2 GT squared. So we can strike this off. Now, UT is strikes to 0. Why is it 0? Because before the object falls down, it was initially at rest. U is 0. So what is left? S equals to 1 over 2 GT squared. Now the distance is 1 over 2 times 10. And the time given was 3 seconds. So 3 squared. Coming over here, we have S equals to, it's definitely 2 into 10, we have 5. 2 here, 1, 2 here, we have 5. So we have 5 times 9. So X is 45 meters. So you have 45 meters. So let's check options. 45 meters. What is the distance covered by the object? So we have 45 meters. Okay, sorry. Yes, 2 into 10, we have 5. 9 square, 3 square, we have 9. So the distance, they say, what is the distance covered by the object? So you have 45 meters. 5 meters. Let's go back to the question again, very fast. It says, if it takes an object 3 seconds to fall freely to the ground from a certain height, the object was placed initially at a particular height. So the initial velocity is 0. If it's 0, if I must get the distance at which it falls from that height to the ground, definitely the initial velocity is 0. So under the influence of gravity is positive, and gravity there is 10. Mind you, if you are close to the Earth, the higher the gravity. But when you are far away from the Earth, the lesser the gravity. That's why object has more weight below the Earth. Above the Earth, the object becomes more weightless because the gravity value is very negligible. So ut is 0, so you have 1/2 gt squared. So our distance is 45 meters. Thank you. That will be all for now.